Hi there, crafty peeps. Enis here from Papercrafting with Enis, and I'm on today to share my September design team project for Creating with Jovi. And if you're interested in the paper collection that I use, it is in Jovi's Etsy shop. I will have it linked down below, as well as my walkthrough video of this gorgeous paper collection. So you can click on the link and go to my video to watch that. And Jovi is actually hosting a collab this month called the Desmodus Romantic Vampire Collab. She's invited me as well as a number of other crafters to create projects throughout the month of September for you guys to find some creepy inspiration. Or how about not creepy? How about romantic inspiration? How about that? Okay. Anyway, so there are projects being posted September 1 through 22. Maybe a few will come afterwards. And each crafter has a day that they're posting their own projects. I will have a list down below if you're interested in following along. And I would encourage you to do that because so far there have been some absolutely beautiful projects. And I'm sure that you'll find some inspiration or even some ideas on different techniques that you don't know how to do, because I know I've seen some myself. But anyway, so this collection, I believe it's $4 on her website. It was on sale for $3, and I'm not sure if it's still on sale by the time this video posts, but if you're interested, be sure to check that out. I did want to mention before I get into the album that I did a lot of distressing using the Black Soot Ranger Distress ink. I did spritz a lot of items using the hickory smoke, and that would be the flowers, the word here, as well as a number of the sentiments that I used. You can see here on the cover, I've got this gorgeous image here. I did have to split it so that it would fit. I did use a chiffon bow here. And this is a Dollar Tree chipboard piece. I just distressed it and used the spritz on it and attached it there. This is a little birdie flower cluster that I got, and once again I did use some distress ink and spritz on there. I think that looks gorgeous. It matches this collection beautifully. Here is one of the spines, and this book has two spines, one there and one here, and these were both cut from the same paper image. And here is the gorgeous image on the back. And then I do have a tassel here. The tassel is done in black, red, silver, and white. And I've got a number of trims in here. We've got rickrack and woven trims. I've got ribbons. I've got laces. There's some stringed pearls in here, a little bit of red rickrack, and then I did a small dangle here. And the dangle has the words Forever Love. Okay, let's see if I can get that so you can actually see it. Okay, Forever Love. And it has black, red, crystal, and white beads with some silver on them. We do have a little red coffin here, and it's edged off in silver. And then we have this gorgeous piece on the bottom of the dangle, and that's in silver as well. So that's the outside of the album. And this album does open kind of in a trifold, and it does magnetize closed. Okay. Now, this album I did in what I would call a wedding book style. So that's kind of my idea here for the romantic vampire theme. So the inside cover here, I did use a die, and I don't remember where this die came from. I think it's a KS Craft tag die set. And I die cut some tea-dyed paper, and it's got the soot on there. And I have a little piece of the chiffon sticking out there. I thought this would be a great place for a dedication, maybe writing the date of the wedding and the bride and groom's names, and maybe some other pertinent information, and then a picture can be added right there. On this page, it does have a pocket, and this gorgeous image here, love that. And I took one of the cut apart tags and I made this tag here. It's got some more of that chiffon. And this one has a little bit of silver metallic thread tucked in. And the sentiment says, "My true love hath my heart and I have his," and that's popped up on some foam tape. And the back is blank for journaling or a photo. Okay. And then here is one of my flip out pages, and this one has the sentiment, "Forget what you think you know," and once again it's got the soot and the spritz on it, and I believe this is an Emily Moore tag die. I love that. And this flips up. You've got spaces here for photos, spaces here for photos, more here, more here. So 8 photos altogether. And then you've got this gorgeous image. And I thought this would be a good place for a photo or a journaling spot if you want to add something in there. And this magnetizes closed as well. Okay. And then we have this beautiful image, and the only thing I did to this page was I added this tag here. It says, "I like the night. Without the dark, we would never see the stars." And then I fussy cut one of the cut-aparts out, this rose, once again, using the spritz and the soot on it, popped it up on foam tape, and there's the bride just heading to the wedding. Beautiful. And before we get into all of this, I'm just going to show you this page here. So this one here is the married couple going down the hallway, probably on their way to the wedding reception. I didn't do anything to that because it folds in and I didn't want anything to get messed up on there. And here are my twin pages. And once again, like the previous album I did, I tried to coordinate the colors and the images together to have a cohesive look to it. So on this side, we have Desmodus looking very, very handsome and dapper. We've got a little pocket here and an image of his bride. And this is actually the same image as this one. I did pop it up, or I did add some black cardstock there and added some tea-dye paper on the back for journaling. And that just tucks in there. And then the center here is the married couple at the wedding reception. And this says, "You transfix me." Beautiful image. And on this page, we have the beautiful bride, another pocket, and a picture of her handsome vampire husband. And once again, the tea-dyed paper for some journaling. Okay. And let's see. Over here, we have a gatefold page. And here's an image from what I call the reception. So this is actually part of the paper that was on the inside of the page we just looked at. So, you know, I can't use the whole pages because they're 8.5 by 11. And this book, I think, is 8 3/4 by 8 3/4 maybe. So this is part of that image there. And then, like I said, this is a gatefold. And this little band here does magnet close. And I have another one of the flowers from Little Birdie Flowers. And you open that up and you have 4 more photo opportunities. And here is Desmodus checking himself out before the wedding to make sure he looks perfect for his bride. And here is what I think is probably my favorite page. So you see I've got that background rose petal page going on here. We have another pocket, a couple of the cut-aparts. This one is a fireplace. Beautiful fireplace, and this says, "Forget what you think you know." And here is one of the haunted castles, and it's a little photo booklet. So those just tuck inside the pocket there. And here I have a little booklet here, and this one is one of the gorgeous images. I love this image here. And it says, "My true love hath my heart, and I have his." And I just tucked a little bit of that silver twine there. And like I said, it's a booklet, so this opens up. And by the way, it does magnetic close. And here we have the bride and groom. This one says, "You transfix me." This one says, "You gave me your immortal kiss." I think that's just perfect. The colors and everything go well together. And if you pull on the chiffon on the top here, you have a hidden photo spot. So I did use one of the tag cut-aparts to put here, but you can always add a photo there. It would work perfectly. So I love that page. And then we have this fun page here. Now this page to me is a little bit more cartoon-like than the rest of the images. So I thought this one was appropriate to have this funny saying that says, "I'm going out to get a bite to drink." Now the rest of them are all romantic type quotes, and so this one is a little bit different. And this, I think, again, is one of those Emily Moore design dies. And this is a fun page because it has a pull-up. And here's one of the gorgeous castle images. It's actually the same as this. And you can add another photo in here. So that's a fun page. And this one is pretty simple. I just have the beautiful image And this is a fun page here. I didn't do much to it because I think the image is great. You can always add a photo if you like, but it does have a little flip here and a little journaling spot. And this page, I didn't do anything to it. I just love this image, and I thought, you know, if someone wanted to add something to it, they're welcome to add a photo here, or a journaling spot as well. But I just thought, you know, you don't have to have something on every single page. Sometimes the paper speaks for itself. And then here is a waterfall. Now, this waterfall is a little bit different than the one I did in my last album because this one spins. Love it, love it, love it. So you can put your photos on here, 6x4 photos. You can do them landscape, or you can turn it and you can do them portrait style. Okay, and I believe there's enough room for 13 photos here. And there is, you know, design paper behind. You can't really see it because this is a very large waterfall, and it does magnetize in place. So it should come back to its place so it stays put. And we are nearing the end here. There's a belly band page, and I want to show you this paper. This is a beautiful image. I love the colors of this, the beautiful flowers. We've got the sunset or the sunrise. I'm not really sure. That's up to him to decide. And then I used some of the tags and cut aparts, and I just made some photo mats. Okay. And this one is a little booklet. And this one is also a little booklet and a journaling spot. Tried to use as much of this as I possibly could. And then here's the library page, which I love as well. And I didn't do much to this either, except add this little flip here. And this says, when night comes. This is a beautiful image here, and you flip it up and you can add a photo up here if you'd like. And then here's the inside of one of the spines, and then this is the inside of part of the front, and it's got this image here that says, the strength of the vampire is that people will not believe in him. Very cool. So that is my Forever Love Desmodus, the Romantic Vampire Collection project for the month of September, as well as Jovi's collab. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. I really do think this would make a gorgeous wedding album for the right person, okay? Not my style, but I made the best of this collection. I think it turned out really, really nice. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. I want to thank everybody for watching all the way to the end here. And like I said earlier, this is my giveaway video for the month of September. So if you're interested in winning this, leave me a comment down below. Check out the description box for all of the rules. And check out all the rest of the crafters, September 1 through the 22nd. Find out all the beautiful projects they're creating using this gorgeous collection. And I will catch you all in the next crafty video. See you later, crafty peeps. Bye.